Hi everyone, welcome to another reading on my channel, and today we are going to be asking what are their impressions of you. So we've got 3 piles to choose from: pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. So if you could choose your pile, we're going to look at their impression of you in terms of an image and also a song, and then we're going to draw out some cards from the tarot as well. Okay, so to start off with, we have pile 1, which is this green stone. I'm just going to take these other 2 piles, put them away. Okay, so for pile 1, this person's impression of you is Cat and the song lyrics from Blank Space by Taylor Swift. So if you don't know the lyrics for that, do check that out. The cat represents someone very independent and very emotionally self-sufficient, and possibly not very forthcoming emotionally, hard to get emotionally very close to, but then does have like that cute sweet energy as well. And the Blank Space lyrics, basically if you've heard this song, you'll know that it's about playing emotional games. So she's talking about you know, when you're playing the field and you're enjoying the high of being able to impress someone or have someone fall in love with you, and then it all goes crashing down and you're both left feeling low, but then it's still worth it because you're enjoying the game. So it's sort of about superficial relationships and the fun of the chase. And then she does also say that it's kind of like she hasn't got faith in love, because she's talking about having relationships where boys don't really want to have like emotional security and commitment. They like torture. I think she says boys only want love if it's torture. Don't say I didn't warn you. So yeah, it's basically that type of energy where there is emotional game playing, ego, and that doesn't mean that they think that you're a bad person. It might just mean that they see you as someone who's not very who doesn't believe in all the soppy stuff, basically. They probably see you as someone who's quite emotionally independent, quite self-sufficient, and even though you have this adorable sort of image and you are very enticing to lots of people, you do draw people in. People are very attracted to you. You're not a soft touch, and you don't seem to believe in all that soppy stuff very much, which probably makes you come across as maybe quite withdrawn in some ways. I am going to pull out a few cards from the tarot. So Spirit, what does pile one's person think of them? What is their impression of pile 1? Okay. So okay, so we have Queen of Pentacles. This is a very grounded, practical energy. So they probably see you as very practical, very down to earth, not soppy, you don't have your head in the clouds, and you just get on with things. We also have 5 of Wands. They possibly find that it's a bit of a struggle to see eye to eye with you and get to that place where there can be a deeper connection. This doesn't necessarily mean that you are a female, but it could be that you're this very strong female who's very practical and down to earth, and they can't really control and manipulate you emotionally. They can see that that's a struggle. Not that anyone should want to manipulate you really, but there's also the Queen of Swords, so you're not having any BS from anyone. You're this very strong character. And then there's the Moon, and there may be some emotion. They may see that you have some wounding as well, some emotional wounding, which makes you a little bit cold sometimes and makes you kind of guarded with people. So they see you as someone very strong, very self-sufficient, but also emotionally very guarded, and they probably think that that is related to maybe some past wounding or something like that. So on the whole, they see you as someone very appealing, but who can't be messed with, and you are protecting your own energy and getting on with things in your own life. If you find this person to be trustworthy, then I guess you could let them in a bit more, but really that's up to you. It's your decision. They see you as someone who is doing their own thing and managing themselves. Even though you do have this deep inner world, and with the Moon here, you have all these deep intuitions and things like that, but you're not going to be giving in to anyone that easily with the Queen of Swords here. Okay, so that was your reading, pile 1. Okay, so now we have pile 2, which was this red jasper here. Okay, so pile 2, the impression they have of you is Eagle, and the song we have is Halo by Beyonce. So they see you as someone very, you have this ability to just see the bigger picture, and you're elevated. They maybe look up to you and see you as someone very accomplished and capable, who can see things from a different level than most people. Halo by Beyonce, it's a very sort of romantic song where she idolizes this man and sees him as angelic, and he's one of the only people in her life who she's not afraid to open up to. So they maybe see you as someone who is very pure and angelic and still strong and capable and able to see the bigger picture, and they trust you as well. So that's very beautiful. I'm just going to pull out some cards from the tarot to give some more insight into this. Okay, Spirit, what does pile 2's person think of them? What is their impression of pile 2? Okay, we have the Knight of Wands. The Hermit. And the Hanged Man. Okay, so I see that they have this desire to come in and initiate something with you, and like whatever type of relationship it might be, they have this they idolize you, and they have this desire to manifest that in some way. But there's also this conflict with the Hermit here and the Hangman. They see that you are a very solitary person in some ways, and possibly it's their energy that is solitary, but one of you is very solitary and is very cut off from the other in some ways, and that makes them wonder whether they should move forward. But the Hangman is in reverse, so they do feel like they want to, but they see that there's an issue here where it's not that easy. I'm just going to get some clarification on the Hermit. why is the Hermit appearing in pile 2, Spirit? Okay, so we've got the Lovers. So it may be that you're both a bit hesitant, but there is this deep love and deep desire, but taking it forth into reality and making something happen is really difficult for some reason. But they see you as a perfect person, and someone very loving and angelic as well. So as we saw from the first image of this eagle, they see you as someone very majestic. Okay, that's their impression of you, pile 2. Okay, pile 3. Let's see your person's impression of you. So we have the Lion, and the song lyrics we have is Someone You Loved by Lewis Capaldi. So their impression of you is someone who has a lot of fierce energy, possibly comes across as having this decorum and this pride, with the lion there. They may be slightly intimidated by you and scared of getting hurt, with the lion image there as well. They obviously see you as like the king or queen of whatever domain. You're like an authority, but also at the same time maybe you have this ego and pride as well. Not meaning to insult anybody, but the lion does have this association with Leo energy, which is pride, has aspects of pride. And then the song being Someone You Loved, it may be this is someone who you have some history with, and there were like moments of sweetness and love between you that seem to have dissipated, and they possibly reminisce about that and miss that. So I'm just going to ask some more from the tarot now. Okay, so Spirit, what is pile 3's person's impression of them? Please give us some more insights on this. Okay, pile 3. Okay, so we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Have the Knight of Cups. We have the 5 of Wands. So there's a lot of Wands energy here. I feel like there is a feeling of conflict in the situation. There's a desire for love, but there's something that gets in the way of that, because they see a lot of issues in this situation that they can't move it forward. They really want to, and they can't move this situation into anything harmonious. Can we get some clarification, please, Spirit? So the Sun has come out. So they see you as someone very powerful, and they have a lot of optimism about you. They think that you can achieve a lot, but they're just not quite sure if you see eye to eye with them. They possibly feel like a bit overwhelmed or out of their own depth. And we have the World in reverse. So I think that their world has turned upside down a little bit in knowing you, and your energy maybe intimidates them, and they don't really know how to connect with you, but they do see you as someone very powerful. They have a lot of optimism about everything that you can do and achieve, and they reminisce if you did have this love between yourselves, like in the past, or you had some sort of connection. They reminisce about that, but they feel like it's not in their hands, but they miss that connection as well. And there's that feeling of longing there. Okay, pile 3, so that was your reading. I hope you found this useful. Thank you for listening.